Hello and welcome everyone to our another playlist on our ABAP programming where we are going to discuss the business application programming interface. Very powerful tool here. So this is going to be our very first lecture where we will be discussing the very first thing, introduction to BAPI. Very important, right? BAPI here. So very first thing, what is BAPI? What is BAPI? Let's understand it first and how it works normally. So before understanding this BAPI word, we need to understand what is a function module. So we know a function module is a reusable piece of code, a reusable piece of code which is used to or which takes some input and returns some output. That is what a function module is all about. There is one special type of function module called RFC enabled function module. What it is called? RFC enabled function module. So remote function call. There is one special type of function module, RFC enabled function module. What is the purpose of this function module? This function module we can access from other SAP system also provided that system is configured or is RFC configured with the system in which this RFC FM was built or was developed. That is, it is my RFC function module. Now the question here is, what is BAPI? So BAPI stands for Business Application Programming Interface. Application Programming Interface. Yeah. Are remote enabled function modules. So BAPIs are business application programming interface. They are nothing but remote enabled function module which are used to access the SAP Business Objects. Please focus on this. Which are used to access the SAP Business Objects. SAP Business Object. Where this business object are stored? So these SAP Business objects are stored in the business object repository, also called BOR, business object repository, BOR, of the SAP system. Yes. And what it does, and it enables the external application, that is non-SAP application. So external application, also known as legacy systems, or cause non-SAP system, non-SAP applications, to access these business processes and data in our SAP system. That is the purpose of a BAPI. You can access these business applications, this business process and data from a non-SAP application also. So they are stored in business object repository BOR. And using BAPI, you can access from non-SAP application also, right? That's the thing. So here SAP has given us hundreds of business objects which are used for some performing some business tasks. Lots of business objects SAP has given us. We can simply check them. So there are lots of things like you will be seeing material, sales order, purchase order. Yeah, bank is there, company is there. So lots of business object has been given by SAP, which we can use for different purposes. And we can simply check everything here. So we can simply check all these business objects from the BAPI transaction code. So we can simply access all these business objects from the BAPI transaction code, right? Okay. All these business objects now I know are stored in BOR, that is Business Object Repository. Repository. Yes. So if you open your SAP system, let's say I'm opening it, and also you all, I will directly go to this BAPI transaction code, which is my BAPI Explorer. See, Business Object Repository. There is, we are in BAPI Explorer section, and here you can see all these things: application, central portal, SAP HANA, finance, accounting, plant, quality, customer service, projects. See, behavioral, all these logics. Everything you can see here one by one. Yes, you see projects, knowledge, right? Lots of things you can see it directly from here one by one. You just go for these. All are nothing but they are business objects given by SAP for different purpose, right? So you can simply check it from here. Yeah, here we have sales and distribution. Open anyone, open anyone. Let's say I'm opening this sales and distribution. So inside this we can see here lots of business objects. So this is my business object repository, and inside it we can see business objects. So there is my business object. Suppose I am opening sales business object. So what I see here, so let me write it. Each, now let's come to each business object. Each business object can be associated with one or multiple API methods. One or multiple API methods. One or multiple API methods. So there is my BOR business object repository. Inside it, I opened a business object, and you see so many API methods are there, right? And each API method will be associated with a remote function module. Remote function module. Each of these API method will be associated with one remote function module. Open this sales order and see this. There we have all these API method for the sales order business object. There is my BOR. See, there is a sales order business object. Open the sales order. Sales order is my business object here. Object type, right? Package, owner, created date. And here we see lots of this API method. See this method API. Change from data, create from date to, right? Create with real dia, get list, get status. All of these are API methods. So many API method we can see for this sales order, correct? Sales order is my business object stored in the bar, stored inside the bar, right? Right. So if you open, let's say I'm checking this create from date two. So here we see my remote function module. There is my remote function module. Double click on it and it will take you to the function module. You can check the type. It is a remote enabled function module, correct? So BAPI will allow the non-SAP applications to access the business process of our SAP system. What is a BAPI? So what we are going to see, all the business object will be stored inside the business object repository. Each business object can be associated with multiple or one API method here. So here if you check for our sales order, we have multiple API methods, right? And each API method will be associated with a remote function module, correct? So BAPI indirectly is getting a RFC function module combined with a business object. Yes, it will have the API methods, right? So that is all about our introduction part of our BAPI. Thank you very much for watching. Please do not forget to like and share the video. Okay, we will continue from next part.